and yes, on Wednesdays we do wear pink, and if you're not, you can't sit with us.
Historically, she does not play well in the cold. It's something, in her words, she needs to suck up.
Vroom, vroom, here's your party starter. Look, they're already cleaning up the court, ripping it up for a Solar Bears game tomorrow night, which is good because I don't think anyone really wants a memory of this game anymore.
How on earth do you take a race that lasts 24 hours and then break it down into like 90 seconds or less? Here's how. Top 3 takeaways from the 2022 Rolex 24, starting with...
We can't shoot to save our lives. They were the second worst three-point shooting team in the league last year. They were the second best this year. In one offseason, they said, we're going shooting. And it has paid off because they're 8 wins away from a title.
So I've been trying to learn dad jokes every day.
Okay, here, I got one. What did the duck say to the bartender?
What did he say?
Put it on my bill.
It was just a natural thing. He can just run. He doesn't wear a watch. He doesn't time himself. He doesn't measure distance. He just runs.
For 13-year-old Campbell Hendricks, just running simply isn't enough.
I didn't like running. And that's because I didn't have a purpose. There was no good reason.
Why don't you help your team make it to state this year? And he's like, that's so selfish. I don't want to become arrogant from running, you know, like get these medals. And I go, well, find a purpose.
Campbell found it.
It gives me the power to run. It doesn't make it easy, but it gives me motivation.
A purpose that would change his life forever.
I used to be a runner years and years ago. I've done long distance running, half marathons, full marathons, and it's always been a great stress reliever.
Amanda Raffinade doesn't run much anymore. These days, she's battling something much tougher than any race.
The first thing that I thought about was, God, please let me live. My kids need a parent. That was the first thing.
Last year, Amanda was diagnosed with stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. She's undergone 2 major surgeries, and she's currently on her first round of chemotherapy.
Is this really happening to me? Is this really what I'm walking through? And then at the same time, it's been a beautiful experience because of the people who are just lifting up my family through this time.
None more than a 13-year-old boy who had found his reason to run.
Hi, I'm Campbell Hendricks, and I have a friend named Luke, and his mom has stage 4 breast cancer. So I'm running to raise money so I can help her. I want people to sponsor me for every mile I run, and the money will go directly to Mrs. Raffinade. I'm calling it the Eyes Up campaign because Mrs. Raffinade's motto is, when life gets hard, keep your eyes up on God.
And I said, no, Campbell, no. You don't have to do that. You can run for you and have fun, but don't worry about me. And so it's been a journey for me as well, learning how to receive it.
And with that, Campbell's summer journey of 150 miles began.
What was going through your head those days you were racking up the miles for her?
Eyes up. I finally felt like I was making a difference, and I was.
My heart so wanted to be a part of that, just 1 mile with him. Meanwhile, I kept on with treatment and my infusions, and I was getting stronger, and I didn't tell my doctor, but I said, Campbell, I'm gonna run the last mile with you.
On a perfect August morning, Campbell, Amanda, and her 2 sons, Jimmy and Luke, would simply finish the final mile together. At least that's what Amanda thought.
We just had a quick, less than 24-hour impromptu, make signs, make like a finish line banner. And so when she got there were just all these people who she has touched and who she has inspired, cheering for her wildly.
It was a picture of you're not alone. I called it like a big love explosion. It just felt just so sweet and tender.
More than 200 miles later, Campbell raised over $25,000. Campbell's friendship with Amanda is now only getting stronger.
I am one special person.
You are very special.
In a goodish way.
In a great way.
They have this beautiful chemistry where she just encourages and inspires him every step of the way, and he does that for her. And so it's just this mutual act of love.
Campbell Hendricks found his purpose,
It's grown me closer to God.
and Amanda Raffinot has learned how to receive.
Campbell, you are a hero in so many ways. And it doesn't take running miles or raising money. You're a hero, and I'm so grateful for you.
Luke Hetrick, Spectrum Sports 360.
I'm going to read this to you real quick. He wanted each of you to be great men, be great fathers, be great in your gifts and talents, and be great for your fellow man.
You could be better than me. You could be more privileged than me. You know, have better aesthetics than me. But no one's gonna work harder than me.
Because everything I've been through just allowed me to stop looking at the bigger picture and focus on all the little things.
Trent Stewart and Dougie Gray are chasing greatness. They're also searching for peace.
Being able to go outside and go on a run, clear my mind, it just feels free, makes me feel better.
When he was just 2 months old, Dougie lost both of his parents in a 2-week span.
Poverty,
Trent's life has had its fair share of tribulations as well.
absence of family members. That really keeps me going too, just making sure I don't have to go back to that when I get older and providing a better life for my family.
2 college athletes bonded by hardship, sports, and a best friend, Curtis Gray.
Truthfully, Curtis was a positive-minded person. He was never the kid to go out to practice and complain about what he had to do. He was a very self-motivated person, and he always motivated the people around him as well.
Kurt was always there to talk to me about what was going on in my life. He talked about what was going on in his life.
I think y'all cool. All right, there you go.
Behind that big, bright smile, Curtis hid his own pain. Injuries, a battle with depression, and his parents' divorce rocked him all at once.
When Curtis walked in the room, like the whole entire room would just light up. And there was a period of about 3 months where he just wasn't smiling anymore. I asked him to find other young men who were going through similar issues. I told him, I said, the way to heal is to try to bring healing to somebody else.
Yeah, Trent, because we here all day long. Yeah, dog, we here all day long.
Through Ma Carmen's request, Curtis created a peer support group, the Blooders, short for Blood Brothers. Dougie and Trent were instant members.
He loved those guys. Those guys loved him.
Just him being there when no one else was is what made me shift my mindset and become the person I am.
I watched him literally pull himself up by the bootstraps, and it was exponential leaps and bounds. It was like he made a decision.
We all working here. Let them know, Brett.
He did. Curtis and Trent transferred from Matanzas High to Flagler Palm Coast for their senior year. Curtis continued his dominance in track and field.
Dig, get your knees up, knees up, knees up. There you go.
At FPC, he became a triple jumper. He loved that. He found out he was actually naturally good at it.
We always used to joke around with her that we would go to the Olympics in 2024.
He found us happy, and he pulled everyone into that space. I got the phone call that night from Curtis. He says, "Hey, Mom, I'm just checking in." I said, "Okay." I said, "Where are you?" He told me where he was. I looked at the time. I said, "Okay, you guys wrap it up. It's 11:09. Go ahead and go home."
So Curtis and his friend headed back to his house. They stopped by the Blaze and Flame smoke shop to pick up another friend who was in need. Curtis never made it back.
Things happen so fast. The young people's lives who were there will be forever changed. I'm left without a son.
Curtis Gray was shot and killed. He was 18 years old.
As soon as I heard it, heart dropped. I started bawling my eyes out. It was probably, I felt the weakest I ever felt in my life. I just felt broken.
I remember it like it was yesterday, obviously, because it was the night I lost my best friend, but it was just fast, like everything was a blur.
Marion Gabbins Jr. was charged with first-degree murder with a firearm. He's pleaded not guilty and is awaiting trial.
The pain is unbelievable. It's inescapable. But I choose to honor my son. He made me promise him.
And a promise kept by his two brothers.
It says, surely your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. And this is actually, just the scripture is the first tattoo Curtis ever got on his arm.
When you look at that, what do you think?
Keep going. That's it. Keep going. Today's going to be a great day.
Dougie continues his push for Paris 2024.
I take a breath from Kurt. I remember all the breaths Kurt would be taking right now, and that he wouldn't stop. And if he was right next to me, he'd be yelling at me for stopping.
Trent honors the past with his future.
Kiss my fingers, touch him, touch my daughter, because those are the two things that keeps me going every day. Him first, he left, and she came, so it's my two biggest blessings in my life.
Maximize all of your opportunities and don't be afraid to dream.
Trent and Dougie have found their peace. Carmen is still searching for hers.
Each of you have spent time in my home. I have watched you all blossom into the young men you are.
She's lost a son, but she's gained two more.
Continue to thrive and know that I love you as my sons, my Carmen.